Suffice to say, Spurs did not have the best of seasons last year. Conte's reign fell apart, it got worse under Stellini, and the season ended under Ryan Mason, but Ange Postecoglu is now here to grab a hold and hopefully push Tottenham forwards. Ideally, with this lineup. Starting in goal, one of the things that Spurs have missed recently is consistency in net. Hugo Lloris has done a brilliant job for the club, but over the past few seasons he's clearly been losing it, and now it looks like it's time to replace him with good... 1 second.
How do you say it? Guglielmo.
Guglielmo Vicario had a fantastic season at Empoli last season, and he's been bought for £17 million. You don't spend that much money on a goalkeeper without intending to make them your starting player. He'll have a pretty good defensive line in front of him as well, with Christian Romero keeping his spot, and new signing Mickey van de Ven really making a difference and adding a little bit more control to that back line, whereas Romero can be quite temperamental and aggressive. Van de Ven's got a sort of calm style about him. Under Postecoglou, fullbacks will have a different job as well. You can expect to see Pedro Porro on the right and Destiny Udogie on the left, but I think the main thing to keep an eye on is the way that they attack. Since Conte had 3 centre-backs and 2 holding midfielders at times, the wing-backs were free to bomb on. A little bit different under Postecoglou, there's only 2 centre-backs and a slightly more aggressive midfield. You can see them act more as full-backs, so they're a little bit more defensive rather than just straight-up attacking all the time. Into the midfield now, and it's a little bit different. You've still got Højbjerg playing that nice defensive role, Bentancur trying to be a little bit of a playmaker, but you've introduced a third player in James Maddison. He is a big creative presence for England, he was for Leicester, and honestly he could make the difference to this Spurs side. The Celtic wiki defined Ange Ball as relying on the creativity of the players and retaining the ball quite a lot. You need good passes for that, and Maddison is exactly that. Another little thing, it means that your striker doesn't have to drop in quite so deep. The past few seasons have seen Harry Kane basically falling into the defence a few times. Now you've got Maddison acting as that holding role, that creator who can just build play and let Kane do his finishing thing without having to play as the entire rest of the team. That's a fairly long-winded way of saying it's a more balanced midfield and it provides a better foundation for the attack. This is where we might see some major changes to the way that some Spurs stars have become used to playing their football. In essence, Postecoglou likes playing with wide wingers that create chances from basically the edges of the pitch. That doesn't quite suit the way that Kulusevski and Son have played as of late. They've been inside forwards. Of course, Kulusevski and Son basically have to play. They're really good footballers, but you can see why they've bought players like Manor Solomon, who's used to playing a lot wider. In essence, it's quite complex. There will probably have to be some agreement made between the existing wide players and the way that Postecoglou wants to play. Someone's going to have to give up their way of doing things, and it should be the players because Postecoglou has proven that he's quite a good coach. Of course, this one isn't in question, it's Harry Kane up top. If Spurs end up selling him, maybe to Bayern Munich, then there could be more problems, but I honestly, if he's there, he plays. But yeah, that was our guess for what a Spurs lineup could look like next season. There's a lot of the window left to come, so we can't be sure that that's what it'll look like, but that just sort of tactically makes sense. Hope you enjoyed. Comment below if you've got any disagreements, like the video and subscribe. See you later.